The idea for the Oz project actually came out of a discussion with the director of theater here at Gannon and myself about different shows that we would like to see done at the Schuster Theater. The Schuster Theater is kind of a unique space. It's a black box theater, so it allows you to kind of move around the audience, try different things in terms of scenery for shows. So we started talking about shows that would be an interesting, different kind of design. What I tried to do was create a world that feels real, even though it's not the world we live in, and it's certainly a little more melodramatic than our everyday lives. I wanted it to feel a little bit more realistic and a little bit less of a fairy tale.
Zach, God bless him, he said, here's the script, I've edited it, I've done all my work, I am giving it to you. I don't really want to have, say over how you direct it.
So there are characters that are similar to the characters that we all know from The Wizard of Oz. There's a character who is sort of the Dorothy of the story, but she's definitely not Judy Garland, she's not in blue gingham and singing songs, it's much darker than that.
Dorothy was more of your farm girl, I'll help my aunt and uncle, and Thea's more, sorry, I'm gonna get a job.
As I was writing each character, I found myself kind of thinking, what would I as an actor need in the script to know how to portray this character? So in doing that, I found I really spent a lot of time thinking through each character. I'm really excited. It's a little stressful to work on something for so long and then to hand it off and essentially give up all control. I'm trusting Paula Barrett as a director. She's a great director. She is very experienced, so I know that she'll definitely have a complete vision for the show. And I'm excited to see the energy that the students are bringing to it. I know a lot of people are excited because it's a new piece of theater, and so I'm excited to see that translate into a new production on the stage.
I think everybody's going to be happy with it. I really do. It's an interesting, intriguing, challenging piece.
My character's name is Void, and he's half man and half metal. He's at a constant state of indifference, doesn't really associate well with others, kind of a loner. This is the same, the Tin Man from the original story, I Don't Have a Heart, but it's a little different because the original Tin Man was completely made of tin, as where I am mostly human with only tin parts. The character kind of reminds me of a Vulcan from Star Trek, because they're human, yet they just feel no emotion.
I play the character of Dorothea, or Thea for short, and she is an eccentric 20-year-old who grew up on Prairie Village, Kansas, so she lived on a farm most of her life.
Dorothea is kind of the main character, then everybody else is pretty equal underneath.
I play the part of a Solarian guard. There are actually 4 of us in the show. So we basically serve as Solara's minions, I guess you could say. We kind of carry out her evil plan to take over. Something evil is lurking, something evil is going to happen. We're controlled by Solara, which kind of lends itself to building off of Solara's character, kind of shows that she's evil and look, this is what she can do to people, look what she's done to her guards.
It's going to be quite the experience, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Doing this whole Oz project goes green was kind of a gimmick because everybody thinks, oh, Wizard of Oz, it's green, the emerald, and the yellow brick road. And Oz project is not that at all, so we were trying to figure out, okay, what can we put out there as like a catchphrase for right now? Well, what if we go green? What if we use objects, everyday objects, in a completely different way? What if we use this? What if we use that? What if we build a set out of wooden pallets? They're not used for that, but why can't we? The biggest element that is obvious when anyone will walk in is a 16-foot tall by 36-ish foot wide metal-looking wall made out of these wooden recycled pallets. It's massive.
Oh yeah, we're a very collaborative department, and I think we work ideally the way all theater should work. We always talk to each other. We always try to keep each other on the same page. So as the designers, and we have a lot of student designers doing the sets and the costumes and the lighting, and Jax has designed it, and then they're constructing it, or they're bringing it from page to the stage, just like we're doing as actors. But we all have input on what's going on. So if they run a costume piece or a set design or something, they bring it to the production meeting. Someone brings it and says, this is what we'd like to do. Jax has her drawings and sketches and ideas. We talk about it. Does this work for you? Does it give you the exits and entrances you need? Does it give enough variation, or are these colors right, or whatever? If we're talking about costumes, and we sort of reach conclusions together about where things should go. Ultimately, if there's a certain thing that I feel strongly about, or that she feels strongly about it, we have to compromise. But that's part of the process. That's the fun of it for me.
There's a set going up in the theater that literally made some of us applaud when the wall was raised and things were going in. It made some of us, I'll admit, start to cry and go, wow, it's been a year and it's there, or it's getting there at least. So it's going to be something that I think people are not expecting. And if you leave with just thinking about looking at your world from a different angle and what somebody else would perceive things as, I think the Oz Project is successful in that.